Alright, you guys, welcome back to another deck for you. Today we're actually going to be talking about Noivern GX. First and foremost, before I go into the deck list, I'm trying something new here. Instead of sleeving all the decks up and going card by card, I figured we'd use Lackey here for a couple reasons. Reason number one is it's easy for you guys to see the list as its entirety without having to wait card by card or without having to go onto the Facebook page. The Facebook page will have the list up at per normal, so you can go to there if you prefer that view. But hopefully this is easier for you guys to see. And then the other thing that it helps us do is that it makes it so that we can get the deck videos out to you quicker. I don't have to spend... It takes a really long time to unsleeve decks, resleeve decks, find proxies if we don't have them. It takes a really long time, so we figured if we try this Lackey thing and you guys like it, then we'll go with this method of showing deck profiles. I think it's just easier all around. But if you hate it, let us know so we can find something that will work. Obviously, Lackey, if you've used Lackey before, it does sort it in kind of a weird way. Like, there's no really easy way to sort the cards to make it logical. So hopefully that's something that we can tinker with to make the list make a little bit more sense when you're looking at it. So, but anyways, you may recognize this deck sort of as the Tool Drop deck. The Tool Drop deck from the tournament played this Trubbish, and the whole idea was to use cards such as Bursting Balloon and Buffer Piece to activate Garbodor's ability, and then have that, here's Buffer Piece, there you go. Activate Garbodor's ability on your opponent's turn, but then when it comes back into your turn, the tools will fall off, and you gain your abilities back. Same with kind of Clef Key is another great one to do it. It's basically one thing that will only lock their side and not yours. And so we kind of built it around the Tool Drop Trubbish, so there was a lot of tool cards. There was like a Lisa, I have it pulled up here on the side. There was an Entei in there for Alpha Double, or Theta Double, or however much double. There was a whole bunch of tools, Headbangers, Jamming Net, that sort of thing, and it was kind of just centered around the Tool Drop. However, we realized while that was good, we could probably make it better. Tool Drop was kind of just countered by Windstorm. Basically, your opponent would Windstorm, they get all their abilities, they knock out Trubbish, and then you were trying to piece back together a winning combo somehow, right? Like there was a lot of different ways to try to get that back. So we figured we'd add in some item locking cards to combat that Windstorm effect. There are a lot of different options we could have gone with. We could have gone with a 2/2/2 Dragonite line. There's two Dragonites that have Deafen, but we decided to make it a little bit of a split between the Noivern GX and the Zebstrika. Reason being is because I think they're a little bit easier to get out. Noivern with 200 HP is very, very bulky. And then Boom Burst is actually like a really good GX attack, so we figured, hey, let's try our hand at Noivern, and you always have Zebstrika to fall back on if you need to. And that's just kind of how we figured the deck would work. With the either Distort or Disconnect and Garbotoxin in play, your opponent can really only play supporters and energies, and then stadiums, obviously. But they're not going to be able to draw cards with Claydol, they're not going to be able to draw cards with Uxie, use Oak, use Item Finder, Computer Search, any of that sort of stuff. So if you can lock them into a bad hand, you're going to be in luck. So I think, and now that I'm talking about the deck, I think one card that we missed that I don't see in here is I think this deck could definitely use a Judge or a red card, and the first card that I would point you to drop is Nest Ball. That was our 100th card that we added into the deck, saying, hey, we could probably just use more Search, so let's try Nest Ball. So you can probably drop Nest Ball for a Judge or a red card to hopefully lock your opponent even more. So, but the rest of this list is going to look very similar to the old Tool Drop list in terms of recovery. If you notice, we are playing a different Porygon now. We decided instead of going, we used to play the Aquapolis Porygon and the Grid Encounters, but we learned through our tournament that Grid Encounters is probably the best Porygon you can play. Calculate actually is very clutch in certain situations. But what was it? Data Sort from Porygon Aquapolis just never happened. So we decided to play the Free Retreat one. We're going to try this out, see if that works better. Obviously keep the 2/2 Porygon line. Then we're adding the Porygon Z for just a little bit extra locking ability on your side. Being able to Porygon Z and end them late game under item lock is just really going to hurt them big time. So the other support Pokemon that we're adding is a Celebi EX. Now this card I think we're gonna go back and forth on adding it, not adding it. But we're putting it in so that you can get your double dragon energy back, your double rainbow energy back. Double rainbow won't work on Noivern. That's almost specifically for Zebstrika. well, not counter energy. Is it called counter energy? The new double energy. I should have looked this up beforehand, but I believe it's counter energy. Counter energy. Oopsies. This is embarrassing. Counter energy Pokemon. I believe that's what it's called. Yes, counter energy from Crimson Invasion. When that officially hits, I believe we'd put it in. I don't know where the spot gets taken out for. Maybe the Pokemon Rescue, although that is like super, super, super nice for getting your Klefki back over and over again. There's a couple cards to think about, I guess. But yeah, the counter, maybe even one of the energies, to be honest, actually. Probably like a lightning or a dark. One of the energies out for the counter energy. Yeah, it doesn't work on Noivern, but it does work on Zebstrika, so you don't have to get the minus 10 damage from double rainbow energy. So there's that to think about. And then the only other card that's in here that I wanted to point out in terms of it's not the right one, which is Reverse Valley. That's supposed to be a Devoured Field. It adds 10 damage to dragon attacks, so that's going to be helpful for Noivern to hit that crucial 60 damage, which is going to knock out a lot of basic Pokemon that evolve in Stage 2s. So this is supposed to be that the Devoured Field when it comes out. So it's not yet. It's not on Lackey yet. Once it gets onto PKMN cards, it'll be on Lackey, so I'll be able to switch that out. But anything else of note? If you can't read any of the cards, like I said, go to the Facebook and take a look at the list on the Facebook, though they will be there. Special Charge is a new inclusion because we think Double Dragon and Double Rainbow are very, very important in this deck, so having an extra way to recover that is sort of new. The rest of this is going to be pretty much the same skeleton as the Tool Drop deck, just with a few changes. I can't really think if there's anything else that's special. It's obviously, we found the room by dropping all of the tool cards that were there was like 12 tools, and now there's only 5. So dropping all those tool cards, and that's how we found the space for a lot of this other stuff. So, but that about does it for the deck list. If you have any questions, please let me know. If not, hope you guys had a good day. We'll see you next time.